An unfamiliar view that was going by through the window of the bus. Directly in front of me, my boss was fast asleep, and next to him, my colleague was hyper-focused on a game. Are you hungry at all? Here, have some snacks. I, Takuma Yuki, was handing out candy to everybody with a smile on my face. It's been a few years since I started working, and I've kept my top rank in the sales department. People say that I'm thoughtful of my surroundings, and even in places like this, I naturally end up working.
Oh, thanks, Takuma. You're so thoughtful with things like this.
This is why you're at the top, Mr. Yuki. I should learn from you. Even when I get complimented like this, as always, I just return it with a smile. Right now, we're in the bus moving on our company trip. Our destination was a hot springs resort. Our company, for some reason, has a long company trip of 4 days and 3 nights. I was talking to my senior and junior colleagues, and I was smiling and reading the room in the bus. To be liked by those around you, as a salesman, wasn't a bad thing. If anything, it was a strategy.
But actually, Takuma, why don't you have a girlfriend? To be honest, it's way too much of a waste.
Well, I'm not thinking of getting a girlfriend right now anyway.
No, I'm saying that it's a waste to let just any girl choose you.
When he said that to me, I smiled vaguely again and brushed it off. Well, if I were to say my true feelings, there are times that I do want a girlfriend. But when it comes to me, I had a certain problem. Because I'm a nerd from the core anyway. Back in the day, I had such a bad history. That's right. These days I'm a successful salesman, but on the inside, I'm actually a loser and a nerd. Back in college, nobody even remembered my name. I was practically like a shadow. I wanted to forget that past. That's why I vowed to make my debut as a working adult.
All right, everybody. It looks like we're going to get to the resort soon.
A bright voice echoed down the bus. When I turned around, the beautiful receptionist, Miss Miyu Kasugai, was walking down the aisle. She had a gentle smile, which was her trademark, and she would probably look great in yukata. Both at the reception and within the company, she was popular. Oh, it's Miss Kasugai. I feel like our eyes often meet, but that's probably just out of politeness. He lives in a different world from me. Even I knew that.
Everybody, please be careful not to forget your belongings.
With a kind voice, she was waving her hand with a smile on her face. My colleagues were getting excited and telling her how great she is, but all I could do was watch. Plus, I'm nothing but a little salesman anyway. As that was going on, the bus arrived in front of the resort. We all dragged our suitcases along, and one by one finished checking in. We arrived at the resort around 5:30 in the evening. After checking in and leaving our luggage in the rooms, we were all called out quickly to prepare for the welcome party.
Takuma, can I ask you to take care of the layout of the venue?
Yes, sir! I put on the face of a hard-working guy and started moving. But even still, I felt like I was making a lot of eye contact with Miss Kasugai. Oh no, it's probably my misunderstanding. Whenever our eyes meet, she smiles at me. Whenever she's nearby, she naturally talks to me. But she's probably like that with anybody, because that's the kind of job a receptionist has. There's no way she's interested at all, not in someone like me.
You're working so hard. Please have some tea.
What? Thank you very much. Waiting in front of my eyes, the person that was handing me a cup of tea was Miss Kasugai. She had a slightly blushed face and a kind smile.
You've been working a lot for a while now, haven't you? I've been watching.
What? Thank you very much. I knew it would come with this person. She's almost too nice, it's confusing. Eventually, the company welcome party began. Everybody had changed into their yukata, and everybody was in party mode, drinking and singing. However, Miss Kasugai came in a little bit late, and from all comers, all the male employees were calling out to her, trying to get her to sit with them. In that situation, Miss Kasugai seemed uncomfortable, as her eyes were looking down and avoiding everybody. But then my manager said something.
Hey Miyu, she come sit next to Takuma. You're a good match anyway.
The whole venue started to buzz. Even though people were laughing, I could hear them whispering around us. And so she came and sat next to me.
I'm sorry about this.
Not at all. If anything, I'm also sorry. We were both uncomfortable. But somewhere, I felt the air around me become sweeter. The distance was close, our faces were close, and the smell coming from her was really soft, and I felt like my heart was about to explode. Even though my colleagues and my boss were around me, the only thing that was filling my mind was her smile, and her smile only. Calm down. Calm down, me.
Wait, where'd Miss Kasugai go?
When I came to, I realized that her seat was empty.
Maybe the restroom?
But it's already been over 10 minutes.
Maybe she got too drunk and she went to sleep.
I could hear my colleagues making jokes and brushing it off, but my heart started to race. What if she's really not feeling well? When her face was red earlier, maybe it wasn't just because she was drunk. What if she had passed out? The moment I thought that, I immediately stood up. I'm gonna go and look for her. I said that and stepped out of the party venue. The hallways of the resort, the restroom, the lobby. She wasn't anywhere. Wait, she's seriously not here? Where did she go? I was starting to panic. When I glanced over at the window on the other side of the glass, I could see the lanterns swaying in the wind as they dimly lit the outside. A quiet scene was laid out in front of me. And then, there she was, in the corner of the yard, surrounded by low trees on a wooden bench. She was lying down still in her yukata. Miss Kasugai? I carefully came closer, but she seemed comfortable with her eyes closed, and her cheeks were ever so slightly relaxed. Just as I thought, she's sleeping, in a place like this, she's gonna catch a cold. Sheesh, making me worry like that. I gently shook her body as I tried to talk to her. Miss Kasugai, please wake up. Miss Kasugai, you sleep in a place like this, you're going to catch a cold. For a brief moment, her eyes faintly opened. And then, after she smiled, she suddenly jumped up into my arms.
I've always liked you.
What? Are you sleep-talking? It happened so suddenly that my mind went into a panic. Miss Kasugai, you've mistaken me for someone else. Please let go of me, Miss Kasugai. For some reason, she was holding on really tightly to me, and she wouldn't let go. At that time, I could hear the voices of a few people coming out of the party venue. This is bad. I need to do something about the situation quickly. I didn't want anybody to see this. That was my only intention, and I decided to bring it to my room. At that time, I didn't have the capacity to see that she was smiling with her eyes closed. I was confused as I slowly made my way back to my room. She was drunk and snoring quietly, and I was somehow able to get her into the futon. And then... Well then, what do I do now? With the defenseless Miss Kasugai sleeping right in front of me, I sat down and didn't know what to do. But then, right at that moment...
Hey, Takuma, I'm coming in.
Suddenly, I heard the door slide open, and there was my colleague Kishi dressed in his yukata with a drink in his hand.
What? Wait, you going to sleep already? Isn't it early?
I drank a little bit too much and got sleepy, I guess. I instantly jumped into the futon, and inside of that futon, Miss Kasugai was right there. If he sees this, this is over!
Really? Well then, good night.
Good night. Inside of the futon, I had completely frozen. Next to me, Miss Kasugai was wrapped up in the futon, and she was lying directly next to my chest. It was close enough that our shoulders were touching. Actually, they were stuck to each other, and it was full of warmth. In the futon directly next to me, my colleague Kishi was messing around on his phone, and I could hear the tapping noises. He didn't seem like he was going to sleep at all. Hurry up and go to sleep! I was desperately praying that, but at that moment... Our feet touched. Miss Kasugai's feet were touching my feet.
That tickles!
My heart was pounding at its loudest. Wait a minute. That reaction just now. She's definitely awake. Completely. Miss Kasugai? You were awake?
I woke up a little while ago.
Oh, right. Because you can't breathe under this futon. I'm sorry about this, but can you wait a little bit longer until Kishi falls asleep?
Yes, I understand.
Why does she seem like she's having that much fun? Even though I'm going crazy from being nervous. I wanted to cry on the inside, but I glanced over at Kishi through the cracks. He was looking at his phone and he was still rolling around. Go to sleep, please! It's the morning. I hadn't slept and was trying to hold my head up, and I quietly snuck out of the futon. When I looked next to me, Kishi was sound asleep. He was even snoring a little bit. Alright, now's the time. Miss Kasugai, please wake up. Now's our chance.
Good morning.
Oh, she was totally awake. I mean, she was definitely pretending like she was asleep. Oh, come on! Anyway, hurry, before anybody sees you! A few minutes later, I succeeded in sneaking Miss Kasugai out into the hallway. The early morning hallway was quiet, and luckily we didn't run into anybody else. Phew, someone got away with it.
Mr. Takuma, thank you very much for last night. Thanks to you, I was saved.
I was also the one that was saved. It was bad for my heart, though.
Well then, see you later, at breakfast.
As she said that, Miss Kasugai lightly returned back to her room. Then, at the problem breakfast venue,
Yo, good morning, Takuma.
the person that sat right in front of me was my manager. He had already taken a bath and seemed refreshed, with a big smile on his face. Good morning, sir.
Hey, earlier, before you went back to your room, you were with Miss Kasugai in the hallway, weren't you? Did you have a sleepover?
What? No, that's not it. Not at all. It was a coincidence.
Is that so? Is that so? Is that what that was? Oh, to be young.
It's completely misunderstood.
Well, it's not a relationship that would be bad if people found out, right? In that case, in the afternoon today, I'll make it so that you can have free time. Miss Kasugai said that she was also free this afternoon, so the two of you can go around together. You know, like a couple.
No. Even though we're not dating yet or anything.
Yet, which must mean that you are after it.
Ah! My head was in my hands, but across the room, I made eye contact with Miss Kasugai. At that moment, I saw her lips move ever so slightly, saying "see you later" for smile. Sightseeing alone with her? Seriously? And then, I was washed along with the current. I ended up going on something like a date with her. What is this situation? With a skewer in one hand, and the other stuck right into my arm, was Miss Kasugai. Her smile wasn't the same as her usual smile as a receptionist. Somehow I felt childish, and her energy was also high. However, her defenselessness within that was especially dangerous.
Mr. Takuma, look over there! It says that they have lucky charms for financial luck. Should we buy it together?
What? Well, I don't have my wallet on me right now, though.
Well then, I'll buy it. In return, I'll have you treat me to something later.
What? What kind of promise is that? She pulled my arm, and I was being dragged towards the area selling the lucky charms. Perhaps because we were in a tourist area, but it was almost like we were a real couple going around together. No, this is just a misunderstanding. That's where all this began, and... That's right, a misunderstanding. Miss Kasugai seemed to be having fun from start to finish.
This is fun, isn't it? Going somewhere together with you like this, it almost feels like a dream.
A dream? That's too much of an exaggeration, isn't it?
It's not an exaggeration, though.
Swiftly, she turned and grabbed onto my arm. She was so close, it made my heart skip a beat.
Listen, Mr. Takuma. I've always liked you.
What? At those words, I felt like time stopped in that moment. Without thinking, I looked back at her face. However, Miss Kasugai had a slight smile on her face, almost as if she was blushing.
It isn't a lie.
Hey, wait a minute! It's not that you're just drunk?
Drunk? I sobered up a long time ago, but please, take responsibility for what happened, okay?
Responsibility? Wait! Anything beyond that is gonna be bad for my heart!
Well then, there will be nothing beyond this. We'll end it here for today.
As she said that, Miss Kasugai laughed like she was teasing me. However, someone from that expression felt straightforward and... It was those moments of her true feelings that she had been hiding had slipped out. That's the kind of expression that she had. Wait, what is this? Is this real? Up until a second ago, this was supposed to be a pretend date. But then suddenly, I felt like she was hitting me with her real feelings, and I wasn't able to say anything back. In the end, 3 nights passed by. In the morning, the final morning had arrived. The tourism and the parties were over, and all that was left this morning was to leave. Ever since that day, I wasn't able to speak to Miss Kasugai normally. No, in reality, I ended up avoiding her was the truth of it. After she said something like that, there was no way I wouldn't be happy about it. If anything, I was super happy. The time that we spent together was so fun, and somehow also felt comforting. And to be honest, I was on cloud 9. And yet, if she were to know the real me, the illusion is definitely going to fall apart. At work, I was always desperately trying to maintain the act of a put-together adult. However, when I get home, I'm clumsy, I become lazy, and I'm not thoughtful. My room was also messy. Ever since I was a student, I didn't have any relationship experience, and I had never even fallen in love with somebody properly. What am I supposed to do about Miss Kasugai? But that was, to be honest, I didn't have a clue. If it means I replied to her poorly, and she misunderstands, and I end up hurting her in the end, then... I wasn't able to say anything.
Good morning, Mr. Takuma.
Yeah. In the lobby of the resort, a waiting period after checking out. During breakfast, my manager went behind my back and thoughtfully, but really unnecessarily, arranged our seats and... For the bus on the way home, Miss Kasugai ended up being stuck sitting next to each other. Sitting next to me, initially she seemed like she was smiling warmly, but also looked to me like her eyes had a little bit of sadness.
Recently, you won't make eye contact with me, do you?
What? No, that's not...
It is, though. This whole time. Yesterday and this morning. Did I do something wrong?
No, that's not it. It's just that...
It's just that I wanted to tell you how I felt, that's all.
Her voice was shaking.
I just wanted to get a little bit closer to the person that I like. Even if it was just during this company trip. If I could just be next to you, that was all.
I heard the sound of a droplet, and I felt like a tear had just fallen.
I guess it was a bother to you. I'm sorry.
I felt my chest squeeze and tighten up. She told me she liked me, and I went up to Cloud 9 and became flustered. Then I became scared and ran away. I ended up hurting her and making her cry. What the hell am I doing? Miss Kasugai was just looking at me straight and seeing me for who I am. I was happy to hear her feelings, and being together for her was really fun. And yet, I was the one avoiding eye contact. And with the selfish excuse that I had no confidence, I hurt her. I won't run away anymore. Her tears, I felt like they were teaching me that. I'm sorry until now. But really, I was just running away and...
Yes, I know that, because that's the kind of person you are, Mr. Takuma.
She hit the nail on the head and I went silent. Actually, in the past and even now, I'm really quite the nerd. And even in college I was a loser the whole time. I barely had friends, and had zero experience with relationships. And that's why the me that you're seeing, Miss Kasugai, I guess you could see that it's not the real me, and...
But I know all of that already.
What?
We went to the same college after all, didn't we?
What?
Back when we were in college, I had noticed, in classes and the cafeteria, or even the library, you were always in the corner alone, weren't you?
Wait, seriously? No way!
That's why I said that I've always liked you.
What? Ever since then? I was so shocked that I was about to fall off my chair.
But that's exactly why I was so happy about this company trip. I was finally able to talk to you together and laugh and get closer to you. And I felt like I really do like you after all.
Sorry, even though you felt like that, but I ran away.
It's okay, but you still came back after all of that, right?
She smiled at me, and when I saw that smile, I made my decision. If you're okay with someone like me, then yes, please.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Takuma.
The two of us naturally held each other's hands. Even though that was all, my heart was pounding. Her hands are so warm, but also so soft. And as I thought that, at that moment, a kiss. Soft lips gently touched my cheek.
Your first kiss, I've taken that from you.
What?
Because I've been hiding my feelings all of this time, but from now on, I'm not gonna hide them anymore.
Are you serious? Will my heart be able to survive? And in this way, the love of the first girlfriend of my life took off with the most unexpected tension and a spicy start.
Hello! Thank you so much for watching! I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. See you all next time! Bye bye!